DCDMNQ on the 6. Upper bands touch YM on the 39. DCDMNQ on the 6.
Welcome aboard, everyone.
Test 2.
What exactly is out of the box, and why do our traders absolutely love it?
Michael Oathroom.
Delta and
Are you ready? Happy Monday, everybody. Don't forget trading is risky and all that business. Let's get to it. I am a couple of minutes late here this morning. Give you a quick run through. If you are new with us, make sure you get one of our cheat sheets out of our Discord channel. Sheet number 1, sheet number 2. Don't want you to get lost hanging out with the crew. It's Monday. First thing I need to do, come up here and check on the news. Looks like we've got 9:45. We just hit that 3 minutes ago. And we've got 10 a.m. ISM services PMI at 10 a.m. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. A little rusty there this morning. All right. I'm gonna, let's see. Are we gonna do, no, I'm not gonna do full auto right here. I'm gonna do them up top. Let's zoom out here real quick, and I'm going to enable the bots. Arm long, arm short, full auto, Enigma on. 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 All right, we got 6 instruments. We've got the 4, the Nerd Squad, N, E, R, and D. NASDAQ, ES, RTY, Dow. Then we've got the 2 golds, so it's the +2. We've got gold, and black gold. Crude oil running. Check our 5 trade sheet. That set back up for a Monday. Got the electronic version. Also got the hardware version on my desk up here. The tactile tracker. Looking for 5 trades here this morning. Playing the video game. I've got 5 lives. Just kidding. But hey, that's how I approach the markets in this video game we call trading. I'm like Super Mario Bros. With his 5 lives. I got 5 trades to do what I need to do in the video game. We'll see how many points I can put on the board. Or how many can get taken away, of course. Trading is risky. We just did a green
YM3.
rover here.
Double delta NQ on the 4.
So we came all the way from strong sell, all the way up, did not get all the way to the top side. Strong buy, then back to sell. That is favoring the bears here.
Bands touch NQ.
I'm going to look for a play set up in the direction of 2 steps. If you look at the rules and goals on the left-hand side of the screen there, they're more like standard operating procedures.
NQ on the 6.
I'm going to switch to algo bar. I'm going to go 3s. So let me look at the speed here on the 3s. Make sure we've got real-time protection turned off.
NQ on the 6.
See if I can get the live chat's not showing up for some reason. Oh, there it is. Good morning, Rodney. Good morning, Sarp. Good morning, Koa. Good morning, Prayer Warrior.
YM on the 3.
Good morning, Garbs. Thank you, Pablo, for checking on that. Thank you, Epic Futures, for reminding me to turn off RTP. Missile Silo in the house. Good morning, Andrew. Keegan. Good morning, Captain Rex. Good morning, Martin. Zed is here. Good morning, Daniel. Good morning, Greg. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Rick. Good morning, Wind Rider. Balloon Man, Manny. Kazi, all the way from Israel. Good to see you. All right. 3 is still a little bit too slow here. I'm going to go all the way down to the 2s. Here on the Dow to track with the speed. Okay, I've got a double ready DD green, so I'm not going to jump right on that headshot. We could see it here in a moment. I need the audio box to kind of come with me if I'm going to grab something like that one right there. One of my filters, I want to wait until we get outside of this fiddle zone. We just got out there. So the rubber band is extended now. So I can look for a play here. That just turned red, so I could have gone ahead and re-engaged that. Just wasn't quite ready for that one yet. Still kind of getting comfortable in the chair here for the moment. I missed the open, so a little off kilter here. We've got 5 minutes 30 seconds till that news event at 10 a.m. It's going to be a Red Star news event. Good morning, George. Going to get Financial Juice turned on here so we can listen into the news event here. Sometimes there's some pre-news chatter. Kind of get a feel of how spicy it might be.
Services PMI forecast 50 spot 2, prior 50 spot 8. Services prices paid forecast 61 spot 4, prior 60 spot 9. Services employment forecast 47 spot 1, prior 46 spot 2. And services new orders forecast 50 spot 3, prior 50 spot 4.
Okay, we got across the top of the channel here, another spot where I could potentially short along with a split cross reversal here. Very wide split cross. If I was going to take that, holding on here for a moment, we're sitting in neutral and just went to buy side on the arrows, back inside of the fiddle zone here. Kind of trying to get my bearings. I do see earlier, what time was this one? Saw a jacket on the tape right at 9:30. Big rip up. Yeah, that was the last place to really kind of look at anything too exciting. We've got a master touch up here at standard deviation 1. Tapped twice. We also have one on the short side at standard deviation 1. Okay, and news coming out in 3 minutes. No trade yet here for me this morning. Let's look at our Enigma cadence. I definitely have a cadence of 1. I just noticed that here. So it's cadence 1. Let's look to the left here. See if I've got 2. Nope, it's just a cadence of 1.
Double delta NQ on the 4. Double delta NQ on the 6. Upper bands touch NQ on the 89.
Good morning, Plutonium.
Double delta NQ on the 4. Fib.ym on the 2. Double delta ym on the 2. Vinny Emini said we are live on YouTube at here.
Shalom, Edward. Great to see you, sir.
Fib.ym on the 2.
Okay, we got a super dot here. Got my finger over the trigger here. I think this might be my first play. I'm going to go ahead and grab onto this one. We are outside the fiddle zone here. We're just in front of the news. There's my alert. Alexa, stop.
1 minute ago now, we'll leave the services PMI for the ISM.
Oh, tried to get my targets filled there. They did not fill me. Got my finger over the close if we break that red dot.
On the 6.
PMI numbers coming out in 30 seconds. Not worth it. I'm going to go ahead and close it. So taking a little loss on that one. It did not get to my targets. It missed my second one there. Bummer.
10 seconds.
It went 16 ticks. It just did not. It literally whipped up there on me. Okay, here comes the news.
Upper bands touch
51 spot 6, 51 spot 6, higher than the forecast of 50 spot 2. Prices paid 65 spot 1, 65 spot 1.
Okay, going wild on the news.
4. Employment 49, 49, higher than the forecast 47 spot 1. Services new orders 52, 52 spot 3, 52.
All right, so I generally want to sit on hands 2 minutes before and 3 minutes after a news event there.
500 and on the dollar index as well.
And because I was late, I did not grab a coffee even this morning because I had kind of slept through the alarm there this morning, to be honest.
Q on the 4.
Okay, so
Double delta short Q on the 4. Double delta and
I'm going to keep hands off here for about 3 minutes. It's 10 o'clock. Wait till 10:03 for a play. If you want to keep your hands busy, you could help me out. Do me a favor and smash that little like button there for us.
Declined slightly after ISM
That would be
sector data.
too kind.
Double delta NQ on the 6.
And
Speed of YM.
I'm going to go grab that coffee here. 2 minutes. And I'm going to be looking for a play here.
So from the report, it says economic activity in the services sector expanded for the 10th consecutive month in April, according to the nation's purchasing and supply executives. So the services PMI registered 51.6, indicating expansion for the 56th time in 59 months since recovery from the COVID pandemic-induced recession began in June 2020.
Double delta and short on the NQ4. DCDMYM on the 6.
Also seeing treasury yields rising after ISM services gauges top estimates.
Double delta NQ on the 4. Double delta NQ on the 4.
We have posted out the ISM Services PMI April 2025 report on the Financial News newsfeed for you to read through.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 89. Upper bands touch YM on the 39.
Just a little bit of added detail from the report itself then, in regards to transportation and warehousing. On that part, they say tariffs and concerns about government grants still impacting our procurement operations. Some projects are slowing or being held off to ensure we have funds to complete the current work. And then in regards to utilities, they say the tariff uncertainty is causing a lot of consumption of human capital. We are starting to see some tariff charges. Some are significant given the price of the highly specialized units that were ordered over 2 years ago. Based on our spend over the last couple of years, we will have to adjust our capital and operations and maintenance plans.
All right. Whoa, we got a spider cluster on the 8s.
Enigma long on the YM3. Upper bands touch YM on the 39.
All right. Would somebody mind helping me out? Can you give me the optimized range for the Dow for this week? Posted it last night. And go back into there and what's our range here? I was feeling like something slightly off here. Hey, Carbone. Captain Rex, it's 37. Thank you so much. All right, I'm on 39, so I wasn't that far off, but
US Treasury long
something just feels a little. Let's see how much of a difference that makes.
10-year yield last up about 2.7 base points at about 4.347%.
All right, 37 for the optimized range on the Dow. I'm gonna save workspace on that real quick.
Enigma short on the YM6.
Save. All right. And NQ is 36. All right. What is NQ is kind of marching down there.
Double delta E, double delta NQ on the 6.
Okay, we've got red and red, and we just got a little jagged on the tape here, so I'm hoping we get some more downside here. That would be the easy side play here. We got a break of the diamond just underneath the channel here.
Double delta NQ on the 6.
Okay, it's reacting to the channel low here and popping up a little bit. We're at moderate sell still. Coming to the 0 line on the fiddle zone. So if I'm going to take one in here, I unfortunately need a little bit of a wider stop for the next play here. 10:07, we're getting some nice straight legs. I'm going to turn full auto on here.
Double delta EM on the 2.
Okay, we've got a ready DD and a white cross here. We just went neutral and green. So some trickiness here. Little tricky here. No real easy play yet. What do I get for being late? I bet there's some good plays there off the open this morning. There's a Super AO. Yeah, Super AO at 904 for an easy drop out there. Super AO below 64 ticks on the Super AO. The open. Well, no, that doesn't look easy. March up and first Enigma. Fail to 945. There was a Super Shark in there, but it broke the... Well, no, it didn't. It held by a tick. So nice shark back play. PRZ. That was an easy one there at 943. Or the dropout, another 64 ticks. Interesting range there. The first one was 64. This one is 64. So some 64 tick range plays. Getting things a little bit tighter than they have been
on the 8.
of late. Man, the bots are beating me big time. The bots are up $620.
Buy some services data before slipping again. Last down about 0.9% now.
All right, here's 10:10. Normal coffee time here. We got 20 minutes of the oddball here, so I'm going to rely heavily on Enigma to do the work here for the next 20 minutes.
Fib.ym on the NQ on the 6.
Little tiny cipher in there. We're coming up on double large, double king. I want to look for the play in this area. I'm hearing buyer's step. We're breaking through the back of that shark. We are green and green. I could take this for a piercer long here. I'm going to hold on it. If it goes, I can always Dr. Seuss into it. We are green and green now. Inside the fiddle zone means would need a larger stop. Here comes double king timing right here. See these two pink lines lined up? Let's see if we get a play in here. Currently it looks like a shark back. Could be a shark back short. Unfortunately it is neutral and green right now. And we're not at a masher. Okay, through the piercer, green and green now. Okay, I can now Dr. Seuss this on the way up. There's a break of the shark. I'm going to go ahead and go quarter position long out of the back of that shark, hearing buyer's step as well. Open line just up above us. I've seen 10 ticks so far. Ooh, into a 16.4. Okay, well, that could be the end of that idea. Back into neutral. Front of the shark here.
So sustained.
And I'm going to cut my loss.
Against the dollar after.
Going to keep that into a small loss here. Was not it's not what I was expecting. We now turn this into a shark tail short. After my long idea there, we had green and green. We popped just outside of the fiddle zone area. Barely touched standard deviation 1, which would be a masher, and it correlated with the 16.4. So the break of the shark, you know, kind of a weaker entry on a piercer play like that. We heard audio box come in, but that could have been just the fake out trap into a 16.4 on the reversal on a shark tail was the better play to the short side, but I was not prepped for that. It's already gone 44 ticks to the short side, but avoiding a big loss is just as good as a win. That's money you keep in the bank. So so far, two little tiny losers here so far. Just kicked in a divergence on the 37. Along with it. Good morning, noob. Sailing through some tricky areas here. We are in the 1010 to 1030 zone here, so we know we need to be careful on this, and kind of back to my, like I had kind of mentally prepared that I really need to rely on the enigmas to do the work here during this little window of time.
A 180-day pause.
Ten to 10:30 is usually when I come in here on time. This would be a spot where I would be taking that first break there.
Double delta NQ on the 4. Double delta NQ on the 6.
Double deltas coming in on the 4s and 6s.
Double delta NQ on the 4. Double delta NQ on the 6.
Okay, currently neutral. We have hit neutral so many times. This is really interesting. You don't see the neutral hit this often, very often, especially not lately. The markets have been quite wild and whippy, but we are seeing a lot of neutrals. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 within eye shot of my direction filter up top here. So just kind of waiting. Strategic avoidance. Avoiding the loss. Using our strategy filters. The bots are like, we just don't care. We're up $927. We're like, we don't know what you're talking about. Okay, got a PRZ cross, but we are green and green. So I am, well, no, green and red. Sorry, we got moderate buy. We do have red arrow local. But that PRZ cross is filterable here because we just don't quite have what we need there. Not add a master point either. Inside the fiddle zone. So if I do take it, I might need a larger stop on it. And there's green. Okay, so green arrow. So green and green now. And that is technically a short strategy entry, but we don't have shorts favorable here at the moment. Okay. Well, we are just avoiding losses for the moment. We are coming up on king timing, so we'll see if it wakes up here. We are at 10:18, got a minute and 15 seconds till 10:20.
Double delta NQ on the 6.
Some creepy crawly speed here. I'm tempted to go all the way down to the ones here on the Dow. It's been a while since I've been on the ones because the market has been so wild, but you know how it is. It can just wake up in a moment. So we got past the 10 a.m. news. The next scheduled news event that I see is 2 o'clock today, but I'm going to verify that in the room with another news service. Let's see, loan officer survey, low impact news at 11. Yeah, and we got 11:30, 3-month bill auction. Now these are all saying that they are low impact. But we do have an 11 and an 11:30 green low impact news event. Mentorship Monday question. Which chart is best for placing the audio box, and does it make a difference which chart it's placed on? I believe the ideal would be on the MACV chart. Just from a distributing the load type of situation, although it's got its own internals. So it's technically on its own data feed, but I wouldn't put any more additional load on. I don't know how, I don't know all the way the degree to what, like, NinjaTrader is a little bit elusive on how they handle thread management. We've done our, our best guess at how they manage threads. Seems like 2 threads available per instrument. So the data feed itself that comes in, for instance, so if you're trading the Dow, you've got 2 threads available to manage the data input and the indicator series that comes across the charts.
Double delta NQ on the 4.
Don't quote me on that. If you can get that detail shaken out of NinjaTrader, do let me know. But I put AudioBox over here on the chart that doesn't have as much going on, but within the realm of being close by. George says poorly. I've thought about how, as a programmer, how would I handle and manage? Maybe George, I'm kind of pick your brain as well as as a dev. How do you handle the threading of something that is a data feed that comes in that's 3 columns wide and just continuously flowing? It's only 3 little tiny numbers. Like, you don't need additional threads to be thrown on it, really, because the data is so thin. It's 3 columns wide. It is time, price, and quantity. You're just getting thrown that in a series, right? It's linear, and you want it to be synchronous because you need to process it as quickly as possible. And, in data design, there is a cost to combining threads and to splitting threads. And sometimes, especially when you're doing data, like, you set max DOP 1 so that you only use 1 thread to finish something because you have seen the cost of splitting out the thread and then recombining the thread is higher than the value that you get from trying to split the load. Like, the cost of splitting the load is more costly than just processing it linearly through, because it's serial data, right? It's serially being sent. It's not, you know what I mean? Each chart's running it instead of like a mediator thing. Well, I've thought about that too. If they did it per chart, the problem with that would be, well, so computers, generally everybody on their home desktops has, how many processors on their computer. You start limiting how many charts you have available if you go down that path, right? So if I've got a 20 core processor, which is kind of your max these days. Yeah, if you got AMD with a whole bunch, whatnot, but then you got slower, but you got more. And so there's a theory to it. But then basically if they made a requirement that you have to have some multi-processor monstrosity beast, because it's 1 thread per chart, although you could manage that and go, okay, well then I can have 10 charts because I got 10 threads. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to, I don't know. I see the problem. The duplication waste if that happens. Yeah. Lucas R, it's great to have you with us, my friend. I think you just joined premium membership recently, didn't you? Great to have you with us.
On the YM2.
Oh, there's my first Enigma. I'm going to go ahead and take this one. So we're inside of the fiddle zone. So I am highly aware this could be a problem. And it is a short Enigma here. Currently the cadence is 1. So this could be 2. I don't know why I went 12 contracts here. I probably should have just done a half position here. So I went a little heavier than I probably should have. I think I'm having FOMO. I can feel it. Yeah, we're inside the fiddle zone here. And this, I just hit this button right in the middle of this, right as I'm sitting there talking. I hope this one works out, but there's a strong possibility that it doesn't.
Enigma short on the YM6.
This is a 50-50 shot here. We are inside the fiddle zone, so I would expect that I would need a larger stop for that to potentially work out regardless. Yeah, I'm going to peel off part of my position already. Oh, it's not going to let me peel it even. Oh boy. Just went strong buy. I'm hearing buyers step in here. Okay, I'm peeling some off. I'm going to be taking a loss here on that. I'm listening for audio box. I may just reverse the position. Listening for audio box. Got a rare situation here. So the stop is behind the Enigma. Got a moonshot short here, so it is a moonshot, so I'm trying to give it a shot here. Might have to widen that stop a bit. Yeah, I think it might be a rangy tight day. It's possible. This doesn't feel like the not the greatest of areas here. Okay, I'm going to add back to my position here as it is coming down. We'll see if it's going to give me any.
Shane Baum says, good communication with Trump. We've reached deals.
Okay, here we go. News chatter about Trump. Oh boy, I got my finger over the close. We got Trump chatter already at 10:28. 2 minutes till 10:30. Okay, heard the first set of sellers. We did get a red arrow local. Is that going to be enough to get it to the target before we run back behind the stop area? That is the question. Just cracked through a cipher and we're at the back.
You're seeing here, India offers 0 for 0 tariffs on auto parts.
Such a difficult trade right here. 32. It's gone beyond my 25 ticks, so I don't think this is going to work out for me.
So further detail into this, India has proposed zero tariffs on steel, auto components, and pharmaceuticals on a reciprocal basis up to a certain quantity of imports in its trade negotiations with the US, according to people familiar with the matter.
Man, it would be cool if they could like schedule these tariff talks or something, or get us on a schedule of the tariff talks, because they're talking right in the middle of you having a trade open is not cool. Not cool, feeling like a fool.
Divergence down YM on the 8.
Too slow. Dr. Seuss. All right, I'm going to go ahead and risk a full position here. It could be unwise to do so. I Dr. Seussed on it. Not an easy play here. Not an easy play at all. It is this level of speed. It is meandering its way up here. We've got green and green on the tape.
Israel's PM Netanyahu commenting in a video statement saying we decided on an intense operation in Gaza.
A lot of chatter coming in here. We are neutral and green. Don't like it. Just a tick here from the stop one time. Coming back, hit the POE. Oi, oi, oi. Taking way too long here. Yeah, fiddling in the middle. Yeah, fiddle in the middle. That's what I get. I should have just not. I got FOMO'd in. I was sitting there just talking. I see the Enigma. Reacted quickly to it. One that I would normally, if I had my head on and my game face on, would have been like, all right, skipping that one. Right in the middle of the fiddle zone area there.
CEO says, I believe Trump administration will
just reminding myself of that now.
U.S. oil and gas industry.
Fib.ym on the 2.
Okay, red dot. Hopefully that's going to help me out. Is it going to get me down there? Is that going to be the one?
Double delta NQ on the 6.
It missed it by a tick. Oh my goodness. Don't torture me any farther. Just hit my target. And don't run up. Get to the target. Trade is torturing me. It went 14 ticks. It didn't go 15. There we go. 18. Finally. And it only filled one of my contracts. Wow. It's going to be one of those, huh?
Double delta NQ on the 4. Double delta NQ.
LucasR's pro tip on that: just use the higher time frame. Just don't do, don't do 1s and 2s. Stay up on 3s and 4s for your entry charts, and the majority of time, your PC would be fine. But you will, you'll miss out on some super low time frame plays, but you don't have to have those. You really only need a couple of good plays. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Hopefully you know the drill on that by now.
Lower bands touch NQ on the 89. Double delta NQ on the 4. Fib.ym on the touch NQ.
All right, I'm going to close it. I'm going to write the book on how to turn a winner into a loser. So that one went, it got to the Enigma target, just squirrelied up in this very tight zone in there. And we got another Enigma. I'm going to go ahead and give this one more shot here. It's a 5.8. Where are we at? We got red and green Got a pink dot, shark, all kinds of stuff there, but it is risky here. This may be putting me in a bad spot. Just didn't take my profits on that one. And then now we got the second one. Who even knows? It's going to be, I don't know. This whole spot feels very bad here. Green on the nerd. Now we got green arrow, and I'm hearing buyers. Nope, just going to take the loss. All right, it has been very difficult there so far here this morning. Debatable whether we call that one a loss or not. Technically, it was a win. But this one popping off the back, definitely. Well, I don't want to say definitely. Here we go. Is it really going to turn right in front of it? Is it really going to turn right in front of it? Really? We're going to shark tail it.
Upper bands touch YM on the 37.
No, that solidly went through it. Okay. So, one cadence.
Double delta NQ on the 4. Double delta NQ on the 6. Double delta NQ on the 4.
Yeah, I missed it by a tick. How rude. And I thought it would go a little bit farther, so I was trying to, you know, I tried to take some off right back behind it. I tried to get clever with my exit.
Lower bands touch NQ on the 89.
Captain Rex, your NT crashed? What?
Delta EM on the 2.
Oh no. In the middle of your order? Holiday in the UK. Oh. Thanks for letting me know there, George. What's the holiday going on there today? I missed that in there.
Double delta NQ on the 6.
Alright, trying to exit this shark back at the front of the shark on NASDAQ. Hopefully it's going to let me out. Go a little bit farther for me. Just a little farther. Don't pop up here. Come back down for me. There you go. Thank you. Go a little farther. Oh, don't do that. All right, I'm going to cut it. Okay, so in queue, just put in a nice little shot right there, or so I thought. But look, another one that just barely went to its front side target. I thought, maybe to go a little bit farther. Nope. Ripping back up into the P point here. So PRZ cross, super PRZ after ready DD. So I take it, but it only gives me a T1 here on that one. Again, nerd, I know, nerd is green. So, you know, I shouldn't be expecting, you know, more out of that, but I'll be honest, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more. I thought we'd get into those little white crosses or something.
1% to the highest since March 19th.
Fib.ym on the 2.
Mayday. Okay, we got a headshot long here, and here buyers coming to step. I'm going to go ahead and go with a headshot long full position here into the prior close. Aware of that, but looking for a headshot here.
Double delta EM on the 2.
On the dot, let's see if we get a turn here. Looks like we're breaking the back of the dot. Oh boy. Went straight shot beyond 25 ticks on me already. This is not working out well for me today at all. We are green and green. But is this just a bullside trap here? 1043. Here's king timing. Listening for audio box. There's strong buy on the nerd. Are we going to ride with the herd? Oh boy. I see a 3 wise men. There's really kind of 4 in there. Big play is coming. Which way is the question? Dr. Seuss. Do we have a little more run up, or is this the meandering trap? I'm gonna turn into crap.
DCDMYM on the 2.
Oh boy. All right, so they have woken up retail. We are on the long side. I'm hoping they're trying to short that. And if they can fake them up long. We went beyond my 25 ticks here, so I do have to half up at my POE if we get there.
Double delta EM on the 2.
Oh boy, that is now the 3rd ready DD in an area, and we've got 2 reds with a delta shift in the middle of it.
DCDMNQ on the 6. fib.ym on the 2.
All right, I'm gonna close it up here. Don't want to get deep into heat here. I don't know what's going on in that area. It is torturously slow. I'm gonna go all the way down to the 1s on the Dow.
Enigma short on the RTY3. Upper bands touch YM on the 37.
Okay, so down here I see the 11 on the continuation. Be ready DD. A lot of ready DD up in this area. Got a J hook with 3 targets up above. Titanic zone on the 1s. Well, what color is it? Yeah, where's late Nate? Lucasaurus said, how big are your monitors? Have you not completed video number 1? Hold on. Let me make sure you're in the right place for your training.
Secretary Besant.
I know you joined with us over the weekend, but I assumed you finished video number 1, or please tell me you're not going to be one of those people who's just like, you're not going to go through the training at all.
The video will pop up, but we'll also
Please, I'm trying to help you out. Please tell me you're not going to be one of those. All right, I'm going to send you a link to the 8-day boot camp. Literally, like, why skip video number 1? Don't skip video number 1. Here is the video. Here is the playlist. Please, please. It's Mentorship Monday. I'm happy to answer the questions, but I'm concerned only because, you know, I care. Okay, I care about you enough to tell you, do the damn boot camp. It's literally video number 1. Are you telling me over the weekend, like you bought in? I think you bought on like Friday, right? You didn't even complete video number 1? Not even number 1? This is like basic setup stuff. How do you even have your stuff set up if you haven't been through video number 1? Oh, just please go through it. I have a 43 in the center, flanked by 2 32s on both sides. But that doesn't tell the full story. You need to know what configurations and what I recommend, and
so the video is out on the feed.
Pricing and stuff like that.
Refresh it just in case that you can't see it.
Okay, you watched all of it, you just forgot. Okay, it's possible, you know, all the way back at video number 1. Okay, so video number 1, I do have a 43 in my center. I kind of talked about how, remember when I said stuff like you don't want, I've learned, because I've had a 55 here, and it's like nice, it looks really cool, but then you realize like your neck, you're like looking up in the corners and you kind of miss things out of the corner of your eye. It's like there's this little level above that you kind of don't see things up there. It's almost becomes useless space unless you actually push your eyeballs in that direction. And so I kind of went through this whole thing on setting up your monitors. But yeah, make sure you guys get through the boot camp. It's 8 sessions. It was 8 days, but you can now complete the 8 sessions. We also cut these up. So we shortened them as well. Cut out all the uhs and ums, the intro stuff. So this is a solid 8-session boot camp there that it's going to get you familiarized with the program. We spent a lot of time and efforts going through there. Take some notes along the way, and all the way to the setup on, you know, what we would recommend if you've got the availability to get some pixel space and all that kind of whatnot. Cool. You're in it. Awesome, Luco. Great to have you with us. But yeah, it is Mentorship Monday, so anybody who's getting started with us, check out the 8-day boot camp, or I mean, they were days, but you can, you know, doesn't stop you from being able to finish them all in a weekend if you got the time. Go to town on it. We have had people who have just come into our product and just just thought, I don't need to watch the videos, I get it. Okay. Thanks, Cristo. Appreciate it. Pablo's got you the timestamp. Recommended layout. 4 minutes, 26 seconds into that video. Thank you, Pablo.
Enigma long on the YM3. DCDMYM on the 6.
Oh, we did discuss that there's like this sweet spot there at the 43-inch TVs. Because they print so many of them. Or LCD panels or TVs and things, that's kind of their cheap spot, sweet spot. You get the most pixels for your buck. Okay, first time we start to see the markets move fast outside of a news event all morning. Wish I woulda, shoulda, coulda. Wish I would have held on to that long there, but I'm just not good at, first of all, long side slow stuff. You guys know my deal. If you look at my stats, I get the quick hits on the bear side most of the time. And I'm just reminding myself, I gotta stop telling myself I'm not good at the long side, because now I'm basically speaking that into existence there. But I mean, that was torturous trying to hold through that long side area there. Got in on the headshot from before. Wasn't the cleanest headshot. On the ones here, I do have, like, I got 2 cadence here. Do I have 3? No, 2 cadence. So I do want to take the next Enigma, and I'm going to go ahead and turn on full auto on the Enigmas.
Treasury Secretary Besant speaking at the
up my size on that.
The video is on the feed. No indication whether text is to be expected for him, though.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 89. Double delta NQ.
Okay, so could have held on to my long, and yeah, we'd be in a good spot there. But yeah, that's a long hold time for me, especially down on this lower time frame. This is like lower time frame torture. It's crazy.
But just a heads up, Turkey's President Erdogan holds a phone call with Trump. We'll see what comes from that. And
okay, phone calls with Trump. Okay, they said Trump. Basically, everybody presses the long button. Oh my. There we go. So creeping up here, coming into a divergence. We got prior low, prior high. right nearby. You don't know if you talked about this yet because I'm listening to the stream in the background for work. Why are you streaming from the old channel? Not old. In fact, it's newer.
Fib.ym on the one.
A lot of consulting with a lot of people to come to that conclusion. And AI
Turkey's President
concurs.
invited Trump to Turkey in a phone call. Also, surely expected to hear from Besant. Remember, the video is on the feed, and he's speaking at the Milken Institute. Again, as said, no indication whether text is to be expected from him, though.
But yeah, I'll go in depth on that when I'm not needing to really think about my play setups right now. I'm in red right now, so I gotta concentrate. I can't answer ancillary stuff right now. Just know that after much deliberation and looking into the numbers,
Double delta NQ on the 6.
Besant says that he lauds U.S. resilience and says U.S. markets are anti-fragile. Trump's tariffs and tax cuts and deregulation agendas are interlocking parts to drive long-term investment to the U.S. economy. Trump's tax legislation will prevent Main Street tax hike by making small business deduction permanent. Trump tax legislation to restore 100% expensing for equipment, expand full expensing for factory construction, provide tax credits and deductions for research and innovation. To say US markets are anti-fragile, and over a long-term horizon, it's never a bad time to invest in America.
well, that was a lot of positive news. So it's so are they going to then fake it? First sign here, we got a headshot. Can't take that when we are green and we are slow on the movement here. When in a grind, do not rewind.
All right, and the stream has begun now, or the start of the conference.
Okay, 11 o'clock, there was some green news event, low impact. Loan officer survey came out. Then at 11:30, we've got
YM on the 37.
some low impacts at 11:30 as well in about 29 minutes. When in a grind, do not rewind. It's just been slow grinding its way up. So nothing to do here so far.
Double delta NQ on the 4.
Cadence of 2 on the MES AB1s as well. Thanks, Garbs. He almost choked when he said that. Me or the news guy?
Fib.ym on the 1. Fib.ym on the 1.
Okay, the first beats of sellers I've heard in a while. Not my favorite type of market to play, for sure. The news guy. Oh.
Double on the NQ on the 4.
Let me look at my force chart here. It's kind of behind the bots. Let's see. What do we see on the fours? Okay. We have a potential. I've set to sim here. Let me set it to my account. 1 second. Okay, so
Delta NQ on the 4.
shift up. We have a gold line GLR up here around 41,550. Double cross, another one where, well, that one hit its target. That one hit its target as well.
Double delta.
So they got 20 ticks. That one got 20 ticks. That one got 20 ticks. And even that one got its 20 ticks, but barely. It was kind of my situation earlier where I just I tried to be a little greedy and it's like, I get a couple more ticks out of it. Nope. Literally touched its target and pushed its way up here. So we've got this.
Upper bands touch and
Oh, something's happening. Oh, news.
US rejects Japan full exemption from reciprocal tariffs.
So is that bad news?
Consider lowering 14% Japan specific tariff. US rejects
Delta
Japan
NQ
full
on the
exemption from reciprocal tariffs, according to Kyoto News.
DCDM NQ on the 4.
Okay, tariff talk down to the bottom of the channel. NQ put in a 1, 2, 3, 4, but they're still green side. Interesting. They sold a lot at 1103. All right, I'm going to grab that bag right there off of the butterfly, super butterfly short right there. So grabbed a bag real quick off of that one on NQ. We're getting some speed increase here. Too fast for the ones. I'm going to go to the twos. I hope this doesn't crash on me. I'm going to switch to the twos. It's been pretty smooth for me so far. I've been able to switch between instruments. There we go. Okay, coming in on the twos. Oh man, missed that 6.9.
Just in regards to that headline, it was posted out 3 hours ago, according to Kyoto News. Again, US rejects Japan's exemption from reciprocal tariffs. Further detail, the US has refused Japan's full exemption from not only a 10% reciprocal tariff, but a nation-specific tariff in recent negotiations, according to sources closer to the matter said on Monday.
There should be an AI-driven news service. Who would type it? I mean,
News officials, including Besant, told Japan's top negotiator Reishi Akazawa in a meeting in Washington last week that the administration of Trump intends to put only a cut in the 14% country-specific tariff, suspended through early July on the.
Yeah, I wonder where this guy for Financial Juice is reading this from.
Stressed in the second round of negotiations that it will only consider extending the 90-day suspension or lowering the 14% tariff, depending on progress of their discussions, according to sources.
Gotta hand out some wrenches. Yeah, thanks for the reminder there. Yeah, on this channel we gotta get things updated there. Okay, so we got really fast and then all of a sudden we're right back to too slow. Okay. It's gonna be one of those kind of days. Lovely.
And we have posted out the article on the feed for you to read through. Again, the Kyoto News article is about 3 hours old now, but just being put around the major news wires here.
They might stay slow as all Europe has holiday today. No, yeah, it's possible. That might be why as well. At some point, for me, you get to a point where you kind of stop asking the why. You just look around, you look for your technicals.
Saying that
it's almost like you feel like you kind of waste your brain cells on asking yourself why. There's nothing wrong and there's no harm in doing it, but then you don't want to dwell on it. You just want to get back to focus, like, okay, now back to what do I care about? Because we see what's happening on the tape. At the end of the day, it's real-time order flow.
On getting the ridiculous but deadly war between Russia and Ukraine ended now.
Oh, now there's a legit pre-FOMC. Only Monday. There was a time when I thought, oh, you know, Mondays are slow. They don't have a lot of news to... Yeah, right. I've seen some crazy Mondays that abolished my idea from even trying to, like, tie in things that happen on a daily basis. Forget, like, it's a Monday or it's a Friday or whatever. I still think Fridays are the most consistent on those trap and wind-ups. Like, I still stand by my never be short on a Friday. Like, I don't know what the real stats are on that. I'd like to take time to run that stat one day. Like, how many How many red days ever show up on a Friday? For the market, not talking about P&L, but how many red bar days are there on a Friday? I don't think there's many.
Double delta NQ on the 4. DCDMYM on the 2.
This is some slow action here. Coming up 1 minute till 11:15. We have 11:30.
On the 37.
Minor news. Oh, excuse me.
Fib.ym on the 8th.
So, pop quiz. If we have been grinding up all morning,
Double delta NQ on the 4.
it's already 11:15. Like what I started to realize just a moment ago. The exciting news is if a day grinds all the way up into 12 o'clock,
Benefits for 3-month bills total 4 spots.
what's the main opportunity that I think about during that midday, noon, beast mode hour? If we have been grinding up, what is the play that I'm looking for
3-month bill auctions coming up
around 12 and 12:30?
bottom of the hour.
A potential DCR? I'd love one of those. I'd love a DCR. A good DCR might be nice. But what is it about that time of day that I might be looking for? That midday reversal. That's right. On a grind up day. Okay. Now don't confuse that with a day where we've been back and forth and everything's been hunky dory. But when we've been grinding and you're like, we're trying to figure out when does that grind end. If they're going to grind up, they're going to make an entire, green day of it. Even on a solidly green day, there's like one time of day that you can almost like clockwork depend on it making a shift with a nice turn. And that happens to be right there at around 12 o'clock. And between 12 and 12:30, there will be a significant move against the grind up direction or down if it has been in a grind the entire morning, which you can tell from this chart right here we have. It has been a straight grind up day all morning. Here's 9:30 a.m. right here. And it has been a slow grind up. So if you're trying to figure out, well, when is it done? Now, does that mean I just go long until then? No, not necessarily either, because there are moments where it could come into it. But if it goes all the way up, so like all the way through 11:45 to right at, then I'm looking for that shot between 12 and 12:30. Back the other way. And I will look for the trap in there where it looks like it's going to keep going up and get them bumping heads into an area. Then take it down. Then they get bear side trapped, and then they continue their grind up the rest of the day. If they're going to have a full trend day, whatever, it will still have that little midday turning point where I kind of call it the relief leg, the relief of the continuous buy fest. They're like, okay, let me take some profits here midday, let it pull back down, even force it down, and then buy it back up. But oftentimes it will give us that midday turn. Oh, I'd love a Titanic zone. Yeah, give me a Titanic zone in there at that time. Awesome. There's a Titanic zone right here. The problem is it's the wrong color.
The biggest piece of Trump's trade puzzle.
Okay, so he kind of went up. Yep, that midday flipper. A flip. And for that reversal around noonish. But until then, it's not my favorite style of trade day. I even tried to hold that long earlier. I tried. Y'all saw me try. I tried to hold me along. And then a red dot. I can't remember what. There was some red dot scenario. It happened on the lower time frame. And just kind of finally shook me out. I was like, nope. Got to take the loss. Don't want to get into
Besson says trade ties will be
situation.
stronger.
But nope. Ended up coming all the way up. So we got a full grinder type of day here. Let's see. From 9:30... I want to draw. Remember I talked about this crazy like spider cluster looking thing, and I want to get a double move out of that. I think it's from this green dot here. So I'm gonna do F8 here from the bright green dot into the middle of this spider craziness, spider web mess, and there we go. Okay, puts us right here. See that gold line? Double move of that is right here into the prior high. It's literally at the prior high. So if we land right there, I mean, I'd love it if we just run up there into noon. And then maybe pick apart a...
Besson says security and values ties with
If
partners
these guys start taking their profits
against
from
securities
the double move
and values
of
and ties with
that
partners
prior pivot
remain.
all the way up. Now, do I have a cross to the left? Cross is kind of in the same place, so it might land just in front of that. But we have ourselves a zone. Now, if we come back to mark out a cave target. Okay, so here is our volume profile built on the day. And does everybody see this? What do we have?
Upper bands touch YM on the 37.
Here. Pop quiz. What do we got right there? Let's see who's been paying attention to
Double delta EM on the 2.
the Cave of Wonders. Agrabah. Welcome to Agrabah. That is a cave if I ever seen one. It's literally 0 right there. Somebody wants to go back and fill that. The question is what time? Well, I'm hoping we run down to that spot right there between 12 and 12:30. Make sense?
Fib.ym on the 2.
Got a PRZ crab coming in here on NQ. On the 4s. We're moving fast. 11:22. Got a, and it is a power PRZ. We got a 13.6 in it. On the 4s. Dangerous on the nerd. finger over the close here. They're not wanting to fill my orders. Come on. We're into a green bat down below. I laid out a couple of bids and they're not wanting to fill it. They're coming back up on me. Come on. Just drop down there and grab my bids. Thank you. And one more. Come on. Look at this BS. You're not going to fill me right there? Seriously? Torture us. Oh my goodness. Back to break even on the day. So that is a nice power PRZ cross. But it is every play here. It's pretty difficult here today.
US Ukraine is win-win, not China style rapacious still.
Yeah, I could have got more out of that, but my goodness, it was still hard. It was still tough. Like this coming, it's like, oh, it looks like I'm going up. Okay, finally comes out. And my goodness. So the power PRZ cross, like a boss, exiting. Tick counts out of that. So we had it here, best entry. Well, best entries are basically pretty much the same spot. Not a perfect entry by any means. And I only got 20 ticks out of it. That's a bummer. On the 4s, I should get more out of that. I'm disappointed in myself on bumping out of that, but I've been in red pretty much the entire morning. So I was excited to get back to positive territory here. A whole whopping $40. Woo-hoo, baby. Good morning, Alpha. Hey, man, I need to pick your brain later today if you're available. It's Monday. Let me know if you got some time later today. I need to pick your brain on a couple things. Boredom trades would cut me up here. Yeah, I know. And me too. Like, it literally is. It's boredom. And, like, I'm trying to just not get caught into stuff here. We know we could be continuing to grind up here till noon. It's 11:26. Man, look at that. That was a great play.
Too tightly constrained.
Oh man, look at the whole dropout on that. 139 ticks. You know, it's crazy though. Like there was not a ready DD giving me any clue or indication that that was occurring. So was not as easy as that. It's basically just a simple, you know, at the same time, this was against the nerd. So the herd was to the upside.
Besson says growth of...
And yeah, so, you know, I was just looking for a T1 scenario. Even though T1, T2, I got 20 ticks out of it. That's great, but yeah, it's tough when you see a play that went way farther than what you could have grabbed, you know what I mean? Did not fight that one. Normally I'm going to maximize the play. I'm just been a tough morning. So I didn't have my same swagger and confidence to go and
6 month and through
keep playing that one out there.
With the US looking to sell $76 billion of 3 months and looking to sell $68 billion of...
Yeah, no worries, my friend. No, we've all been pretty busy. Like I said, I've been shifting around a lot of things, and now I'm back on the AlgoBox official channel.
High yield of 0.065%.
Some ideas around working with some external client opportunities there. Trying to encourage some other affiliates to go to town on it. We'll talk about the Algobox branding. Possibly some naming changes on
data for the 3-month
the channel, stuff like that. So yeah, back to positive territory here. So let me talk through a couple of those items. Someone asked, like, hey, we're back on the Algobox official channel versus Vinny Emini. So I just recently saw anybody who know who Warrior Trading is. Who knows, if you know what Warrior Trading, if I say just the 2 words, Warrior Trading, how many of you are familiar with what that is? Type a 1 if you do, 2 if you don't. Yes, really interesting mixed bag of people who know what that is and isn't. So I see a lot of 1s, I see 2s,
sales in Spain,
and those who do,
used to be Stornras, so
I see a lot of Ross Cameron, right? People say Ross Cameron. I see Ross. So you guys know the guy, right? You know the man. So when I say Warrior Trading, you say Cameron, right? Right? There's Cameron, Ross Cameron, right? You guys associate the name with what is his company and his brand, right? Warrior Trading. But he has self-branded. It is the, what's it called? The personal branding of Ross Cameron. Anyhow, he renamed his channel recently. I just noticed. So the whole, I was like, well, did Ross get on the trend of personal branding? Because basically people don't want to buy from a company anymore. They want to buy from a person. They want to see a person. They want to know who they are. It's a lot of feelings based stuff. Feelings over facts these days, in a lot of sense, for a lot of people. I don't even know if it's, I assume it's most at this point. It's pretty crazy if you look around. Then again, social media can make you believe things that are like, who even knows what. Is it the guy you beat up? I didn't really beat him up. We actually had a friendly competition. There was no drama around it. In fact, the ICT Muppets caused more drama around the Ross Cameron competition than anything else, trying to come in and say it's not a real competition and this isn't that. No, okay, well, I just took it as an opportunity. It was a challenge. And when we say it's a competition, it was a challenge. He put it out, $2,500 challenge. Start with $2,500, see how far you can go with it. Ran it for a 6-month period, and then we just compared results at the end. A nice gentleman's like, hey, cool, let's high five and go at it. People are like, well, Ross didn't know you're in the challenge. Well, that may or may not be true. It wasn't like we officially went out on it. Who's got the time? I don't got the time. First of all, and I don't really take no for an answer.
With a high yield or 4,
so
4-2-0 and awarding.
I would rather ask forgiveness than ask permission.
Cover of 2 spot 7, the US.
And but we just took it as the opportunity to, he's like, okay, he's going to put his best foot forward. We put our best foot forward at the same time, and then we just compared. And by we, I mean me. Yes, I compared. So. And then, of course, ICT people want to make something of that because they can't trade, they won't compete, but here and there. Ross Cameron is literally probably one of the most famous YouTubers for the day trading space. It's out there for stocks particularly, but everybody associates trading with stocks anyhow. Although futures has become way more popular now that the trader funding programs have popularized it, and which gave access to external countries, because it used to be that countries only had access to Forex, which is a crock, with decentralized exchanges where your broker can literally work against you and those type of things. Come on, you smoked him in a friendly way. Exactly. There was no drama of it. He's a big boy. I'm a big boy. He didn't go crying about it and whatnot. It wasn't some ICT muppetry where they're like, no, I'm going to kill your family. That's ICT style, like, I'm gonna kill you now. Okay, that's cute. But I just noticed he went from Warrior Trading to Ross Cameron.
It's important to focus on the 10
Warrior Trading. Did y'all notice that? His YouTube channel change? Because he's recognized this trend that I eventually recognized, and I probably went about it the wrong way. I admit that I don't know everything. I do not try to pretend like I know everything. I know people ought to come around here like, Vinny, you got an ego, bro. I am good at what I'm good at, and there's a lot that I don't know. An intelligent person, I believe, is one who recognizes their own like lack of knowledge, to recognize that there is so much that you don't know, and just be willing to know that other people know more than you, and be willing to continuously learn, continuously recognize the things that are either better than what you're currently doing, or to improve on anything in life. Anyhow, or I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I'm willing to recognize that, hey, there's better ways to do things. I saw Ross, who's like, you know what he's doing? He didn't go and start a new channel or go over to another channel. He just renamed his current one. And he didn't change a ton on it. He just was like, okay, instead of just Warrior Trading, and then Ross is doing his thing around it, he was Ross Cameron Warrior Trading. So check out his channel name, whatnot, pretty neat. The Gentleman's Fight, that's right. It's like playing to, like, okay, let's go out in the basketball court and shoot some hoops.
Besson says,
you know,
you can take away the credit risk of the U.S. government.
Best of 10 kind of thing.
Will come down.
I mean, I did win, of course. But then again, we have a cheat called Algobox. So, I mean, did I really play fair with him? I had Algobox. But that's kind of the point. That was my whole point to make to begin with, is that there's a better way to trade. There's a tool that has 16 plus years of code in it at this point, and it's better than doing things by hand, period. And I think we all know that about even any other kind of technology. I mean, there are things that, yes, humans can do that machines still can't do. But when it comes to cognitive things and things that need to be repeated and precision, there are advantages to code, right? I'm guessing you want to do Vinny Algobox for the channel name. Look at you, Edward. See, getting ahead of the game. Smart guy right here. Yeah, I think we'll do that instead. Like, I do, you know, I recognize that people want to buy from a person and associate a person with a brand. You know, like Elon Musk, they want to follow Elon. They don't want to, you know, follow Tesla. Hi, buddy. What can I do for you? Gonna play some Fortnite? What time is it? Oh, it's getting pretty close. Got orange?
Besson says,
I hear
too
Mommy
much
calling
of the
you.
U.S. economy pulses
All right, I
around
love you. I'll see you
Washington,
later.
D.C.
You know, there's better ways to do things. Yeah, so we'll get on the bandwagon.
Besson adds that we want to bring down federal deficit by maybe 1% per year.
And the thing is I spent 2 years. Like the other day, I kept saying, "Oh, you know, we spent 1 year over." No, dude, we spent 2 years on this channel building this thing out, along with all of the branding, all that other kind of stuff. Let me
Double Delta NQ on the 6.
ECB Stoner us, it says, it seems we will continue with rate cuts.
all the training materials, all that kind of stuff. Let me pull this over here. While we're waiting, I'm trying to get myself to not press the buttons here before that noon. Like, I'm pretty sure that we're going to get that noonday turn, so I'm excited about that, but I know I FOMO on that all the time. So, here we go. Can I put it right here? So, Algobox official, algorithmic trading. Okay, but you know, there's no me. And then, so go back over to the Vinny Emini channel. The deal is, so I saw in some stats that because we had I attacked ICT pretty hard, along with Jigsaw trading, right? We exposed Jigsaw. We exposed ICT. We exposed Oats to a Million. We exposed Dr. Handley. We did so many exposés over there, right? So there was a lot of hate coming into the Vinny Emini YouTube channel, and it wasn't just the thumbs down. In fact, the thumbs down things are not. But have you guys ever seen this? I saw this, and this is what really opened my eyes to things about like how much it truly costs you when you come up against idiots. All right, for the good of the community, great, yah, hooray. But if we're gonna do the brand Algobox justice and allow it to grow to the point where it should and it could, where people can stop the nonsense of dealing with gurus and furus who are, you know, jumping in on their Lamborghinis and bikinis tours. Have you ever seen on YouTube where you're scrolling through and you see some video and they ask you a question. They're like, hey, was this a good suggestion for you? How many of you guys have seen something like that? Type a 1 if you have, 2 if you haven't. You're scrolling through your YouTube and it says they suggest to you something maybe you haven't seen before, or maybe that you have, and maybe it's a second time that they show it to you, but they want to double check with you as a customer to YouTube. They say, was this a good recommendation for you? Type me a 1 or a 2 if you've seen that one. And then I've got a follow-up question to that. Okay, you guys have all seen that. Now, imagine on this one, first one, because I have exposed ICT so hard, we had a lot of association with ICT on that YouTube channel. He got a special level of vengeance from me for threatening my family. I told him he would regret that. Now, of course, he made a bunch of threats to me, like, you're going to regret this your whole life. I'll send my dad. My dad's a contract murderer, and I'm going to pew pew you. All right, that kind of stuff. You know, I've got a bloodlust for you. I'm going to cave your skull in like American History X, like crazy stuff like that, right? Psychopath level things. Now, I expose that, so I become the vector of his disdain. Now, he's got a bunch of people. You know the type of people that ICT attracts, that type of person. Those are dangerous people just in general, and they got nothing to lose, yes? So, you know, we had to go all the way to court battles and all that kind of stuff with all that. But that channel, so the ICT thing got associated with us, so our content was being shown to a lot of ICT students for a while. The ICT documentary came out. Do you think the ICT community, when they're scamming their buddies, you know, a scamming of scamming and scamming, and ICT has told them, hey, start a YouTube channel and, you know, go and just reteach this stuff to somebody else and, you know, fake it. Do you think they appreciate my channel? No. Obviously, when they get that question popped up that says, hey, do you want to, do you think this is a good suggestion? They're going to be like, no, right? So I'm sure we got a ton of no's on that. And then the follow-up to that later, I'm sure, because later on after you do that once, and then they're like, well, this is really associated. They're going to double check one more time with you. And they will send like the message where I got a question on my phone one time that was like, some content was shown to me. And it's like, hey, was this a good suggestion to you? But why was it a good suggestion to you? It will say things like, was it educational? Was it entertaining? Was it inspiring? Was it life-changing? And then it has an other where you can type in something. Have you guys seen that one? Type me a 1 if you've seen that one now. 1 if you have, 2 if you haven't. Where it'll literally ask you, well, what was great about this video? And then so they, like, that's important. I think they put that in their survey thing, and that is really telling the algo, this guy's inspiring, educational, whatever. Now, while I may be very educational, you think they're going to select educational, inspiring, any of that? No. In fact, they select the opposite, and they're like, no, I hate this. This is a bad suggestion. You know, this is terrible, blah, blah, blah. So basically, a lot of the hatred from the ICT cult members, right, got associated to that channel. That channel is just not being allowed to grow at all. Also, because I allowed, you know, ICT's curse words and everything else that he would put onto that channel is marked as shocking content. Come to find out, like it's labeled as shock content and something else. But basically that YouTube's like, well, advertisers don't want to put anything on it, so we're not going to boost it. And not that I care about ads. I have monetization turned off on that channel as it is. And so that probably also doesn't help that channel to grow. And it also, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of things that went into that channel is, I don't want to say it's dead, but there were a lot of things that got put into that channel that are not positive. Does that make sense? Yeah, and then all the videos can be reported. I'm sure that, like, you know, ICT is probably telling his little Muppets and his little, you know, now he's on Telegram channels in the background so he can have his little silo of chats to his people and resell them. I'm sure probably come October, he's got some plan to get on with Patrick Weiland and, you know, sell a book tour or whatever crap that he's going to do. But regardless, yeah, that channel, it was just, you know, associating the brand along with it. I think I needed to separate that. Does that make sense? So I deliberated on it long and hard over the weekend and looking at the numbers and like, okay, I got some notice that, you know, it's labeled as shocking content and something else. There's two words. It was like shocking content and something else. But yeah, the, you know, YouTube advertisers, they're not a fan of that. And how does YouTube make their money? So they'll promote things that are not shocking and everybody's singing Kumbaya and high-fiving each other. So unfortunately, like, you realize why this industry keeps patting everybody on the back, and, you know, it is what it is. But trader funding has really kind of changed this whole game too. Like, people are like, they don't got to run up a single account. They're like, I saw, you know, I saw some scammer, you know, teaching a trading strategy that was like, so buy 20 accounts, and they're actually doing this on a live stream type of thing. So get your 20 accounts across, it doesn't matter, like across which ones you get it on. And they're like, so account number 1, account number 2, account number 3, account number 4, doesn't matter where you enter in, since you can't DCA here, you can't DCA here, can't DCA here. What you do instead is DCA like this. You find a pivot on the chart, wherever you think things are going to go. So you go long on, he goes long in this account at, so let's say that this is his first entry. And then the second one, he'll wait, like this comes about 15 ticks against it. So at minus 15, enter, add on this one, add at minus 30, enter, and this one minus like 45, and you so on, right? You get the whole point, is that now on occasion he'll get where all of these will all eventually all move up, and this one might be, so this one might make $100. Well, this one was 100 plus 15, so this one would be like, I don't know, basically just raw. I'm not doing the perfect numbers here, but this is like 200. This one makes like 400. This one here makes 500. And he's like, so add these all together, and you know, there's the P&L, right? Now, 20 accounts out of the 4. So sometimes these just go and, you know, just go end up blowing out. And he's like, just keep doing this. And so you lose those. And then, so out of your 20, let's see, come back over here. Got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. You know, get my whole point. So let's say that these first ones, like this batch of 4 blows out. He's like, okay, so now I just re-go and keep going down this way. And then I add 4 more down here at the bottom. It's like, okay, I mean, I guess, you know, look, this is a very interesting strategy. I'm pretty sure you could put some of these trader funding programs out of business if they don't get wise to this. But you know, as the influencer, I doubt he's the one getting dinged for it, but I'm sure that his, you know, followers, I don't know. I just thought, wow. Gotta give him credit. I mean, that is definitely a way to game the system. That is definitely a way to game the system. Very interesting. That does get expensive. Well, I don't know. Trader funding programs are getting so cheap, and if you just buy all of them when there's an 80 or 90% discount on things, expensive is relative. When the other thing was, it's really interesting, is the screenshot that this individual would show. It's got like, I'm always like, why does this P&L like show up here? Let's see, can I put a little dot here? Let's see, where is that little? If I draw right here, does it show up there? No, not showing up there. So it would be up in this space right here. Yeah, so like up in the, I was like, why is it? So he's got 4 green P&Ls up here, and they're all so disparate. I'm like, how's, okay, so the first account was up like $400, and then this one's like $600, and there was one that was like $2,000, and then one in the middle was like $1,100. So when I'm just doing those numbers, like expensive is relative. When this is like $4,000, this is $5,000, right? How many accounts can you get for 5K? Yeah, so George just brought up a point. Didn't someone say that they are starting to share customer details and combating that? Yes, so that is this whole Trader X thing. They're calling it Snitch X, but I don't know. I guess you still have to use their platform to do that. I'm not sure how that's all going to work out. All I know is if that gets popularized, then yeah, the trader funding game is probably over. Because yeah, if you can rotate through accounts like that and they're not catching you for that, then yeah, I mean, that's when you're using the entire batch of your drawdown as your stop.
Says 100% expensing for equipment factories.
And these are end of day drawdown accounts, so they won't do a trailing drawdown account type of scenario. In fact, this individual literally says, do not do those kind of accounts because you can just basically go over here and do this with them. And then of course he's like, and use my code to buy all the accounts that I tell you. I mean, it's I got to give it to him. It's genius. It's genius. It's a scamming. It's a genius scam, right? It is an intelligent level scam. But that's what they do. But yeah, like I saw this number, I'm like, well, where are the rest of the accounts? Nah, just screenshot the ones that are winners. All right. Just screenshot the ones that are winners. And I was like, wow, that's disturbing. That's disturbing. And but yeah, that's so where I was going with that was someone asked, so we're over here on the Algobox official channel instead of the Vinny Emini channel. Yeah, this one doesn't have shocking content value, blah blah blah. And at the same time, like, so Ross Cameron took so like we've got Algobox official, he had, you know, Warrior Trading official, whatever. And then but he changed it. Let's see if I can pull his up here.
Besson says, when I look in the mirror, I see a deficit hawk.
So old Ross the boss. And Ross Cameron dash Warrior Trading, and there's the personality. Hi, I'm Ross. Right, type of thing. So Ross Cameron is best known for turning blah 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 blah. Anyhow, there it is. So the man with the plan, Warrior Trading, secondary. He doesn't have his logo plastered there anymore. And anyhow, I just thought it was interesting. Like he has
deficit smartly is to bring it down.
Figured that out and made a whole shift in his channel. And then his the Idaho Potato Boy persona. And I mean, he's a smart guy, very smart. He speaks well. I don't know how good his strategy is particularly. Can't beat Algobox, but he can definitely beat in the marketing area. The guy knows what he's doing, or his team, or whoever is giving him advice. Like, I'm just looking at it. It's pretty interesting. So I think this is the nail in the coffin for me of deciding on
by this time next
what we were going to do.
adding a big cure for the deficit is upward growth.
Has a great marketing team behind him. Yeah, I had heard at some point, like, the numbers. I think he actually hired a marketing team. But then again, dude, marketing teams, like, I get marketing teams approaching me all the time. You know, sometimes they're...
Double delta.
I don't know. I don't want to get into it.
CBO down by sometime this year.
I hear from Alex Hormozy. You know, I consider him my online mentor for business arenas, and he says, you know, you go through 30 of them before you figure out, you know, you find the diamond in the dust.
Deregulatory agenda is coming, and I think we're very close to some trade deals.
Well, I don't know about that. Keegs, best known for a $3 million ding, another reason he lost the Warrior label. I don't think so, because that's actually more associated with him.
So again, we're very
okay. Is it 12 o'clock yet? Okay, this might be the first spot for
as early
a potential short here. I'm gonna go ahead and go half position here. On the got multi-cross, we got Supermoon. Now we are against the favorables here, and we're not at a masher, so it makes this one a little bit more dangerous here. We're on the twos, so I need to do a T1, T2 scenario here, and with a potential all the way down to the Enigma target for a 20 bag. But I'm going to give this one a shot here.
Double delta EM on the 2.
Got 5 minutes till noon. There's 15 ticks.
Double delta NQ on the 4.
Besson says we could see more frictionless trade from these negotiations.
Dr. Seuss. Like a nasty trap down below, so we could keep running here. And they do like to keep pushing it up before noon.
Besson says we could see substantial progress on trade with China in the coming weeks.
Mr. Manigold in the house. Good morning / afternoon, sir. His site has over 3,000 pages. Yeah, he does a really good job on SEO for sure. He's got guys writing default, you know, news article, basic level stuff on trading all the time. You know, from an SEO search capability, you find Ross the boss before pretty much anybody in the industry here. Okay, so they're not going to let me fill my orders. It's going to be another one where I touch my target, but I don't get filled because I'm sitting here trying to get clever with my exits. Trying to grab a few ticks more. Wow, it doesn't let me get my last 3 out. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh. You know, I catch a break on these trades here today. What's our time? We got 2 minutes, so they could definitely just run this up here. I gotta remind myself, where was our cave? So our cave, I need to draw a big line. I'm gonna draw an area for this one. So our cave area idea from before that I believe we might return to during our little lunchtime rendezvous. So I was able to take off 3/4 of my position through that. So I'm going to attempt to Dr. Seuss this back to it, but we have 30 seconds till noon.
Benson also says that China has only offered what they've said publicly. Besson
Dr.
says Fed's favorite
Seuss.
inflation measure is down, and the market isn't pricing in inflation. Besson says that the market is not pricing in inflation. Hard data is still resilient.
I feel like we're gonna have some big run up here
That
for some
concludes
reason.
Besson's interview with CNBC.
Dr. Seuss.
Double delta EM on the 2.
$12.01.
DCDMYM on the 2.
Yeah, I see it.
Double delta EM on the 2.
Got a Titanic zone.
Fib.YM on the 2.
Okay, Dr. Seuss with a power pink dot 1202. Yeah, Ross is a great place to learn the basics. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with learning basic stuff from Ross, and and he admits it. He's a one-trick pony. He's a momentum trader, but he stacks things in his favor. Like he finds the biggest up movers type of scenarios. I think he sticks to long side only. That's beneficial in bull markets, which has been bull markets for how many years now?
Double delta EM on the 6. Double delta NQ on the 4. Double delta NQ on the 4.
City CEO says many of the Asian economies are rethinking their
Double
relationship with
delta
China
Elon.
versus the US.
Okay, so we have a Titanic zone now. Goes up to here. And so remember our thought from before, I don't say our, but my thought from before, we had the GLR. Remember the GLR? And so here's the cave I marked back behind us. Here. So we'll see. I'm looking for that midday play. We'll see if it works out today. Slow grind up all morning. Now you do want some emphasis to the long side. They need to trap in the longs. They need to get retail really looking long here. So I'd love to like go. This is where I want to take a sneak peek over in like Mike Schwartz's room right about now and see, you know, some of the Muppeteers being like, yes, all right, here we go. Getting long here. It's going to be long. It's going to be long. I'm going to hold it for the afternoon. And then a bunch of people getting into the long side. And then they slowly inch their way down, destroying hopes and dreams for a direction there. Ideally. Now, it could be my hopes and dreams dashed today. Who knows? We shall find out. So Titanic zone. I'll just label this up for myself for later, just in case I need to come back and go, alright, so what happened with that play earlier today? Well, at the Titanic zone, it's in midday error. I missed my exit by a tick. I don't say it forced me to keep on the play, but you know, I don't know. I held on to a few. I'm gonna go ahead and kill those. But just remind myself, I tried to get clever with the exit again. That's happened twice today, where I don't take the full target on the Enigma, try to hold it out for another tick, being a dick for a tick. Now, a lot of days that pays me very well. Not paying me very well today. All right, there's GLR. King timing coming up in about 3 or 4 bars. Remember that sometimes these run-ups can last all the way to 12:30. Remember I said 12 to 12:30-ish. So again, what I've said before, I FOMO on these so often. Like, I was like, okay, I'll wait today. Nope. I see Enigma, I'm like, I gotta do it. I gotta do it right now. Okay, here we go.
Spokesperson says, although no final
King timing.
tariffs have been made, the administration is exploring all options to deliver on Trump's directive.
Yeah, we do have to take that into account too. These middays, how many times has the Trump conversation, Trump tweets, not even tweets anymore. It's like this people reporting on what he's saying or tariff talk or whatever.
He said, I am authorizing the Department of Commerce and U.S. Trade Representative to immediately begin the process of instituting a 100% tariff on any and all movies coming into the nation that are produced in foreign lands. So remember, he said that last night. Just saying here now, according to White House spokesperson, saying, although no final decision on foreign film tariffs have been made, the administration is exploring all options to deliver on Trump's directive.
Double delta NQ on.
All right, closing out my same play on NQ here at the Titanic zone. Closing that one out right here. So originally I saw the 3, got the Titanic zone. The trap was right here, Control E. Couldn't help myself but to sell that one. We had the PRZ cross, short, top of the boss, Titanic zone. Bottom of the targets technically is all the way down here, but you've got this one right here where it's like, it's so close. It's basically here to here. So I don't think I got a full 100 ticks out of it. I think I got like 50. Got 69. All right, 69 ticks before it turned around. And it's going down a few more, looks like there. And let's see if it goes the full 100 ticks. 100 ticks, it'd probably be to there. Yeah, so to get the full 100, we would need to go all the way down to that little white line right there. I think you had a massive trap visible in the 9s. Expected more. Ah, you got the 9. I don't have a 9 in my eyesight there, but got one. Yeah, then that's even bigger. That's awesome. 1210. I may be able to Dr. Seuss that. There's a little cipher up above. So if it comes up and taps that cipher, I will likely Dr. Seuss if it holds. Back down to see if we can get that full 100 ticks on that NQ move off of the Titanic zone on the 4s.
J hook short NQ on the 4. Fib.ym on the 2.
Trying not to FOMO it. Normally I would punch in on that. It's just a weird time. It's 12:12, and I know that we could have a run till 12:30. Like up on the high side, 89s. This thing has just been, you know, straight up going on here, and I don't want to risk it with the biscuit. Once it starts coming down, I can do a haymaker out of it pretty easily. So I'm now up on the day. that juicy
Google is announcing
NQ.
Vertex AI prediction dedicated endpoints.
Okay, so now I can try to Dr. Seuss off of that. While we're here, I'm going to change my bar colors. Down bar colors. I'm going to do dark red. I'm going to do maroon. Nope, need to be brighter. Can't hardly see it. I'll go with the bright red.
Upper bands touch Y.
Oh, slipped me. I should have just pressed the button up there. Alright, so I Dr. Seussed right there, but I got a terrible slippage entry on that. That doesn't help. Because we know there's still a danger this thing runs up for another 15 minutes. Oh, my chart got all jacked up. I'm going to press F5 here. You know what? I'm going to close out. I'm going to lock in 2K here. I don't like the way this is looking here. We could run till 12:30. This is a strong buy. All the nerds still looking to the upside there. Even on NQ, that didn't go. Oh, no, it did. It finished out its 100. Okay. It went its 100 ticks. There, it went 107. And yeah, that looks slicey and dicey. They're moving up fast, so I want to see if we can catch it on a move up fast, it's not going to last type of situation. I'm going to lock in my 2K. It was just based on the number. You know, I had seen 2,600, 2,400. I thought we might get to 3, but I'm like, nah, with that slippage like that, that was a little fast jamming move. Like they'll try to fake those out first sometimes, and it's just experience talking on that. I do want to play this Titanic zone out. Again, I want to get that target here. We got the cave all the way down at 41,400s. 41,400. It's all the way down. Oh, that's at the open. Whoa, that's crazy. Didn't realize it's at the open line. The Cave of Wonder. Which color? We'll make it Dodger Blue. Something a little interesting for the cave down here. Wow, this is torturously slow. They are just like tempting. The temptation is so great. They're trying to get me to press the button. They're trying to get me. It's 5 seconds till 12:20. If I can wait just 10 more minutes. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a quick walk. 5 minutes. I'm going to take a quick break, coffee refill here. Of course, it's going to start waking up right now. But you know the rules. Smash that like button for me. I'll be right back.
Clickety clap, tappity tap, smash that like, don't hold it back. Bippity bop, flippity flap, hit the like button, make it snap. Tickety talk, hit that spot, like it up, don't let it rot. Tappity tap, just one shot, hit the like button, make it hot. Let's go.
So just a reminder at the top of the hour, Trump is supposed to be delivering a sports announcement. And that's with White House press corps. It might be a video of him or a live video, but we'll probably have to wait until close to the time to get an actual live video of him.
Smash the like button. Light it up. Smash through like that. Smash. What it? Hold up. Smash. Smash. 1, 2. The like button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yo, hit it now. I saw him tap. Boom. I saw him tapping. Run it up. I saw him tapping. Don't hold
So there is a video. We'll get it out on the feed for you to watch. Remember, that's due out later, or it's due to start that at about 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
Algo boxers, light it up. Woo! Smash the like button. Smash. 1, 2, we smash. 1, 2, hold up. Smash, smash. 1, 2, 3. The like button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yo, hit it now. I saw him tap. Boom. I saw him tap and I run it up. I saw him tap and don't hold back. I saw him tap. I should have. Like button.
Double band setting Y3077.
I'll go box. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hit that like, tap it nice. Hit that like, don't think twice. Hit that like, boom. Hit that tap, tap. Hit that like, smash, smash, smash. Hit that like, button, button. Tap it up, tap it down. Smash that like, shake the ground. Hit that like, boom. Hit that tap, tap. Hit that like, smash, smash, smash. Hit that like, button. One click, one tap, let's go.
J hook long NQ on the 6.
So heads up, we have added the link to that stream, A9 News, on Trump's name at 1 p.m. So if you click on it, it should bring up the live video stream for you.
On top. Oh, light it up. Oh, smash the
Alrighty then. Thank you for those of you guys who hit that like button for us. Appreciate it. Are we still right here? All right, 10 seconds. 10 seconds till 12:30. We have been patient. We have been kind. We are ready to rewind. Am I right? Well, I don't know if I'm right or not, but I'm saying, are we ready? I mean, we're ready. Okay, I'm saying we're ready. I'm playing this Shark Tail. I got a Shark Tail on NQ here. Can I put this over? I don't want to cover that. Here we go. Can I do it right here? All right, on the... I want to see. We're currently strong buy, so we know we're going against that, okay? But I got a Shark Tail here, so that's currently the best play. Oh, I don't want the crosshairs. Let's take the crosshairs off here. Crosshair off. There we go. Okay. Shark Tail. I was behind on it. Came in after the coffee retrieval. We're at the top of a Titanic zone. So whether we keep on or not, that is the question. Okay, Dr. Seuss. And we'll see if we keep on it. Here we go. I need to change this to ticks so I can do a tick count here. 25 ticks. See if we can get a double bag. I'm looking for a 40 bag. Off of the 4s. Oh man, it slipped me.
Upper bands touch.
All right, I'm closing it. 40 bag to get my 4K on the day. Let's go. Let's go. Shark Tail at the top of a zone. Come on. You know the drill. Shark Tail. Shark Tail. 12:30. We were patient. Give yourself a high five. Pat yourself on the back if you waited. You just waited till that 12:30. You're better than me because I FOMO'd and still tried the 12 o'clock thing. But because sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't do the 12 thing. But there's the beauty, right? That's the absolute best right there. The full top to the bottom. If you get in on that Shark Tail around 12, that's all. There's your 100 ticks. That's all you need. That's all you need on a single day, single play. Midday. Figure out it's a grinder. It has been a grinder. Yes, it has gone up and up and up. Look at this day. Up and up since 9:30. Up and up and up and up. What did we target? We said GLR before. Yes, gold line reversal. Up top. That's the Dow. NASDAQ just happens to move a little bit faster. I don't say happens to. We all know it's a wild child, moves a lot faster. Environment like this, I do want to shift gears, right? If I'm trying to make money faster, then I need to go in queue. Without risk, there is no reward. So yes, the risk is there. Reward is also higher there. Dr. Seuss did on the way down, closing it out. Beautiful play. Would have been better if I had gotten in on the Shark Tail. I was literally just a couple minutes behind on trying to come in on the quick coffee refill check there. Dr. Seuss did on the way down, and targets filled. Questions, comments? Vinny Emini, the master bear. Oh, it's just faster. Did you see how fast that went? Did you feel how fast that was? I didn't have to wait around. That was like, I don't even know, a couple of minutes. Like I literally come back. That's my type of play right there. Just let me get to it. Let's go, baby. Just give it to me. Like, come on. Cut the nonsense. That's just slow motion grinder stuff. It's not my bag of tea. Although I'm a coffee guy anyway. Yeah, very slow day. Oh, that was That was kind of torturous, wasn't it? And that was me getting in late today. Was it that grindy all the way from 9:30? I don't, let's see how the bots doing. I don't think the bots are doing very well. The bots are down 2,600. I'm gonna let them keep running right now. They're in positive on a play, up $1,000 on a current play. I'm gonna let them run. I'll give you guys an update later today. I might even do an afternoon live stream. Let's see, how many likes do we have? Let's see. We've got 84 likes. You know, that's almost 100 likes. That's pretty good. I'd say that's pretty awesome. If you guys want to see an afternoon live stream, type a 1. 2 if you're like, now we'll be back tomorrow. And we'll see. We're going to be making some changes to the OBS layout to make things a little bit easier as well. Folks to see what's going on and kind of like how to get started. We've got the boot camp. Like, that's a big deal. I hope everybody knows about the boot camp now. It's odd because it's over on the Vinny Emini channel now, which we need to we're going to have to get migrated over. There's a whole thing we have to do with all that. But it's all right. We'll get it ready. We'll get it going. We'll figure it out. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to grab some lunch there on it. Beautiful ending to the grinder day. Got that dropout. It's a beautiful thing.
You got this, baby. I know it's been crazy. You don't see me, it's exhausting. City to city, cause I'm shiny, boys is popping. You keep making plans, babe, I'm sorry, I keep flopping. Call me late at night, cause I love it when you talk. You don't matter where I go with you, not here, it's just not home. I know I can't let go without you near me.
The old adage where, you know, the individual investor doesn't have a chance because the institutional investor has better technology, better information, and, you know, more money, better opportunities. I don't think it's real anymore. I think the edge is on the individual investor because they're small, they're nimble, they can trade, they can use that they love front-end technology.
Don't waste your time. Leave the technical analysis to us. You just play the game.
I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, isn't that spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness, hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior, inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior, get off of me, this ain't no humble brag, I want you to hear words, you can say them back, I want you to feel free from the